And we are back live and direct from Rochester. This is what's going on. We are without Nate Brown Jr., but that's okay because we've got a powerful presence on the mic to fill in for the rest of tonight's show. Ryan Verneuille here in the building, and of course, the great MLB legend, Greg Vaughn. But without further ado, we must introduce to the first time on these radio waves the great Money B of Digital Underground. What is happening, Money B?
What's happening, man? Thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. You Bay Area, I'm Northern California too, Sac. So that's a
Well,
big
I'm
time
glad you
fan.
said that because a lot of people that don't know, they they try to group Sacramento in with Bay Area, and I'm like Sacramento is not the Bay. I'm
No,
glad you,
no, it's not the Bay.
I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah. No, no, we right down the road though.
Yep, we cousins. It's okay.
And
Yes,
two
sir.
great San Francisco 49ers fans here. There's just so much to talk about. Are you guys excited about more Brock Purdy?
I am.
Yeah, you think about it. If you don't have Brock, who's out there? You know what I mean? What's our
Yeah,
next bet?
Tyler Mordecai.
Yeah. So, Brock, I'm happy. I just want to see if we can be healthy and you know, uh, we're running out of time with this same core group, though. I know we gotta try to find a way to fit it in this year.
Yep, and I'm just gonna go back really quick to Sacramento because me, we had a show last night. We're here in Wyoming, driving back to Denver, and I was talking to DJ Always, shout out Young Hump, um, about the Kings back when they lost to the Lakers in that playoff series. Yeah. I was like, the Lakers cheated.
I said the same
all of
thing,
our
man.
all of our hopes were on that one shot. Like I have like a voodoo doll of Robert Ory
Shit,
that I
Robert
poke.
Horry, you poke it, yeah, man. I
Yeah, I
remember. I
poke it all
remember
the
that.
time.
You got to get the ref. What was his name? Donahue? That's who
Yeah,
did the
that
voodoo.
ref. Yeah, that's who we need to get the voodoo
Yeah,
doll
yeah.
of.
They need to leave his cell open. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I tell you right now, he got me. I remember I was in Cincinnati at the time. I was in the clubhouse. I
yeah.
mean, 30, what, 37 free throws to like six. I mean,
Word.
how does that happen?
Only Vegas and LA can't see what discrepancy was.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
I
like, what
live
do
in
you
Vegas
mean?
now, so
What do you mean we cheated? But it's
yep.
cool.
So I got to ask you this. A lot of New York Jets fans listen to this program because it's the official station of the Jets in New York. That's what we play actually from time to time during our slot. And one of the most hated guys in New York, and he's loved by some, but some people really have a problem with him. Robert Saleh is back as the defensive coordinator. What do you
Right.
guys think about Saleh? Is he the right fit?
He
Yes,
is.
sir.
And I just want to say that the Jets have become the 49ers farm league because whenever we need somebody, we just say, hey, Solid, who's good? And we
Yeah,
just
he
go
brought
get
a
them.
couple with him. He
Yeah,
brought a
we got a
couple with
couple.
him
And,
too.
we're waiting for the wide receiver that you guys got. You
Ayuk.
dropped. No,
Oh,
um, he's a short, stocky, kind of like in the Debo mode. But we're waiting for you guys to put him on the practice squad or cut him so we can get him. I'm just
Are you
letting you
guys
know
worried
this is
about a
what we
world
really
without
think.
Debo?
This is what we think about you.
So
that
you guys are
AAA
not
thing.
concerned to lose Debo in the offseason?
Hell no. We should have cut Debo a year earlier.
Yeah, he was. Debo wanted to be the man, and then I mean, shoot, as far as route running and all that,
He couldn't
he
run
couldn't.
routes and he couldn't beat man coverage. He's not a man
No,
beater.
he
He's
couldn't.
not a real wide receiver. That's why we used him as a running back. What they call him a
Hybrid.
wide back, a wide back.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
term
hybrid.
because he's a beast with the ball in his hand, but the problem was getting the ball into his hands. He couldn't separate. He can't beat coverage, and the Washington Commanders will find out very soon that you have to get. That's why he's a gadget player. You got to run tunnel sweeps and sweeps and all of these things and put him in the backfield because he's not a real wide receiver. That's why immediately when Ayuk came, Ayuk became the number one.
Yeah,
Debo
and
was
you got
never a
divorced.
number one wide receiver.
No, I mean, he takes a beating too, so availability became a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was always hurt.
Yeah,
So
availability.
he was hurt. He was hurt a third of the time and complaining another third. So we only
Yeah,
had him a third of the time.
Last year's run defense, one of the main concerns was essentially run defense, right?
Right.
And now they've
Yep.
lost interior defensive linemen in the offseason. So if you're Robert Sala, what are you going to do to make up for this?
Well,
we
we
have some
drafted.
depth though. We have some depth. They drafted good.
We drafted. We our first 5 draft picks were on the defensive line. So I know it's something to defend on. Depends on rookies, but we gave Salah the first 5 draft picks to pick who he wanted, and he picked five. Our first 5 picks were on defense. So good luck to Tyler
So I will
Hufanga and all.
I will say this: the 49ers have a very easy end season. Have you guys looked at the schedule yet for this
I
season?
have.
I haven't. That's what they say. It's easy.
They
They
they,
say
they
it's
say
easy.
it's easy. Exactly. We really can't tell how teams are going to do, but as of right now, um, pretty favorable in division matchups and no playoff teams from last year in their final 8 games. Which, as we get towards the end of the season, to gain that momentum, I feel like that's absolutely huge. So, overall, what kind of a ceiling do we have for the San Francisco 49ers this year?
I tell you, my biggest loss for me is losing Greenlaw. You know what I mean? I mean,
And
I thought if we could have tried to
that's
keep
how we get
him,
by.
we would have been on point.
Yeah.
Right.
Greenlaw
But
because he's a
when it comes
beast.
to the schedule, God bless us. I mean, because nobody talked about last year when we had the mo the differential of rest games, meaning we played 4 teams off a bye last year, but nobody talks about that, and it doesn't count
Or
to
the
why
last
they,
2 years. Yeah.
why they say that our record was, we were 6-10, but we we played Buffalo Bills off their bye, to Chiefs off their bye, um, like in a row. Like who does
So
that?
Money B, I must ask you this as we close
Sure.
out this segment. You are obviously part of the great Digital Underground,
Yep.
legendary rap group out in California, and I also see that you're a major, you're part of the actual like fan club or fan movement that goes on out there. So I got to ask you, what is the craziest Digital Underground San Francisco Giants story that you've got for us?
Well, they're they're separate, right? Because it would have it would if there was a Digital Underground Giant story, that would mean that we would have to play like at a game or something. But for me, my dad used to work at Candlestick Park, and he used to work at AT&T Park when the Giants first moved there. So when they won the World Series, I actually got to come on the field and go there and hold the World Series trophy and all that stuff. So I got to do that and see that. My dad was happy. I'm not really a baseball fan, so I don't really didn't care too much, but I did get to go. And so for me, at the Giants at AT&T Park, McCovey Cove and all that, the best thing for me was the garlic fries. I love the garlic fries. I couldn't even tell you who's the
Well,
pitchers at that time.
at the same time, Vaughn was being incredibly inspired
Say
across
what?
the bay. I said Mr. Vaughn was being incredibly inspired at the
I
same
like
time
playing
right
the
across the
Giants.
bay.
I
Yep.
like playing the
Oh,
Giants.
no,
I
wait,
like.
no, wait. I'm sorry. I do have a Giants story about Digital Underground. So if you remember, if you're old enough, the A's and the Giants played in the World Series in 1989, and that was the year that we had that big earthquake while the game was on. And we were in San Francisco at a rehearsal, getting ready to go to Europe for our first tour at the same time. So the World Series is on TV, and then you see the guy talking, and then the screen starts shaking, and he's like, "Oh my God, something's happening," and then it cuts off. We were in San Francisco during that time, and we experienced all of that.
And that's the origins of the Humpty Dance.
That's how the Humpty Dance got created,
See
to
that?
trying to keep
Unbelievable.
our balance. But
This is Fox Sports 1280. We're going to have to take a very quick commercial break. The great Greg Vaughn is here. The great Money B is here. And I, Ryan Verneuille, am somehow finding my way into the mix. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. You are tuned in to Fox Sports 1280 Rochester. This is what's going on. I am your host, Ryan Verneuille, and I'm joined by two legends. Of course, the great Greg Vaughn and Digital Underground's Money B. We are closing in to the NBA season. It's inching closer. I know people want to hear us talk about the WNBA. Not. No, it's exciting these days. I'll
oh,
admit it. But we've got to talk about the Golden State Warriors. I mean, what do you guys think overall? You know, this top 10 list came out, right? Of the, or was it top 100 basketball players in history? And they put Steph Curry at 10. This is Bleacher Report over Kobe. I just got to ask
oh
both of
no.
you guys, what do you think about that choice?
Um,
Everybody has their list.
say what?
I say everybody has their list. That's just their
Yeah, I'm about to
opinion. You know
say
what I
lists
mean?
are lists. Like, who cares about lists? Um, it's lists are opinions of people, right? And so I don't know the people who were gathered to create that list. If you are a, a basketball fan, you know how much Kobe meant to basketball, right? As a Warriors fan and a super Steph Curry fan, I don't know that I would put Steph over Kobe. Kobe's in
I
my
wouldn't either.
Kobe's in my top whatever, right? Because I'm
I
old,
need
so
to
I
know,
have a
Money
lot of
B.
people to choose from. Say what?
What is he in your top? What is he in your top 5, your top 10? Because I feel like Kobe is severely disrespected. Now that he's not around here to defend himself, I get mortified when I see some of these rankings. I believe he ranked like 14 of all time.
Really? But here's the thing though. So that's why I said it just depends on how old you are, because this is just me. Like, I know a lot about basketball, right? So, you have to put Wilt and Oscar Robinson up near the top, right? Because without Oscar Robinson, there's no Dr. J, right? And Bill Russell, and you know what I mean? So it's kind of like in rap, right? I can't and for me, I can't put certain rappers over certain rappers because I know that they got their style from that rapper. You understand what I'm
Ooh,
saying? And,
it's
I'm
a
not
little
gonna
tough.
say,
I see a lot of these like prank videos where they kind of are mocking the NBA in the 1950s and 1960s. They put the black and white on there. They put some silly song in the background, and they have a bunch of white guys that look like accountants putting up these silly looking shots mocking Bob Cousy and other greats that were out there at the time. So through that lens, yeah, I mean, I could see you putting some guys above that, but from an overall talent perspective, I think this list would be a lot different. So I was wrong. They put Kobe at number
yeah, but
11.
you can't put Bob Cousy over Kobe, like, because it's just like you can't put you can't put Babe Ruth over Otani, right? Because Babe Ruth was smoking cigarettes and he was fat. You know what I mean? And he was probably short and he was white. Like, he wouldn't survive in today's game. You know,
Allegedly, there's a
allegedly.
lot of conspiracies about all this now.
He probably smoked crack too before crack
Could
was invented.
have been the first to do it.
But you
I'm
know what?
sure.
You talk, so if you want to take the baseball though, they're still talking about Babe Ruth when Henry Aaron passed him up. So Hank should be the guy. You know what I mean? But they always talk
Yeah,
about Babe Ruth.
but
Hank,
but baseball is a you know it's about stats, and they romanticize about it, right? But it's not real.
It's a good
yeah,
point.
but
They
It's like,
Hank's
romanticize quite a bit in baseball.
yeah,
The,
of
the
all sports, they're
in all
romanticized.
sports. And you have to look at it through the lens of history. The 10 players that they put in front of Kobe: at 10, Steph Curry; at 9, Wilt Chamberlain; at 8, Larry Bird; at 7, Tim Duncan; which I was happy to see. At 6, Shaquille O'Neal. At 5, Bill Russell. At 4, Magic Johnson. At 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I'm sure you guys know the next two in order. We'll see how it pans out. But
Right.
number 2, we have
Okay.
LeBron James, and
But
number
okay,
1.
so right off the bat, you have to take Larry Bird. You can't put Larry Bird in front of Kobe. Larry Bird was, he won what is it, with 3 chips? How many did he win?
I think it was
Three
three
or
chips,
four.
right?
That's three.
He won 3 chips, but he wasn't the player that Kobe was. And let's take his Olympics out because his back was hurt. He was a Larry Bird wasn't better than Kobe. Let's just say that.
So you're taking a prime Kobe. And as much as I love Kobe, there was some very abnormal shot selection. Kobe had his flaws. I feel like Bird didn't really have these deep flaws. But Greg, I need to know your opinion on this. Would you take Kobe over Bird in your top 10?
I'm
See,
taking Kobe over.
I think a lot of it is will to win. I think, both you're talking about two dudes who had, that will and that dog in them. Both of them. Larry was a dog.
They both had
You're
dog,
right.
but let's and we'll talk about this later, but let's take out that whole thing, will to win, winner, whatever. Kobe was a better player than Larry Bird. Larry Bird was dope. Trust me. I watched him, hated him. He used to give me nightmares. But I'm gonna take Kobe over Larry Bird.
Bless you.
Now, how about Duncan? Would you guys take Duncan over Kobe, considering he has more rings, was always the star player of the team? And where do you rank Duncan? Do you think that was a safe place to put him at number 7? After Shaquille
I'm
O'Neal?
okay with that. I'm okay with that because Duncan, like, how many, name 3 or 4 power forwards better than Tim Duncan? And remember, in position, right? So Duncan wasn't asked to do the same things that Kobe or Bird was asked to do, right? So was he the best at his position? Name 3 or 4 power forwards better than Tim Duncan and more accomplished.
I don't think you can. Maybe, Kareem, I guess, if you want to consider
Absolutely,
him a power
Kareem.
forward.
Kareem has to be in the top 3 or 4 or 5. Kareem is in the top 5 for sure.
Where's
So
Elijah on that on your list?
I'm pretty
Olajuwon,
sure that Olajuwon was right after Kobe. Let's look and see. Once again, to everyone out there listening, this is Bleacher Report. This is not my list. This is just the most trending
it's
list.
your list.
Yo, my list would be a lot different. I put Shaq a little higher than. I love Shaquille O'Neal. So Hakeem was listed at 12 on the Bleacher Report list, which, and number 13, Kevin Durant. This is another question. Is there anybody playing right now that you think is going to crack the top 10 of all time? That's a current active player that's not already in that top 10.
That's going to be a top 10 player ever.
We got Jokic. We've got
Jokic
Durant.
possibly.
Wembanyama.
Durant.
Jokic could possibly be in that, right? Um,
Yeah.
Durant. Durant is a top 3 offensive player of all time. Like
So,
like as an offensive weapon, you can't stop Kevin Durant. He's
Greg,
better
what's
than
it going to take
he's
for
Kevin Durant is a better offensive player than Jordan because you can't stop him. He's almost 7 feet. He got mid range. He got a 3. You can't stop him on offense. Now, all around player, no. On offense, I don't know who's better than Kevin Durant.
So that being said, he's ranked at 13 right now. We see this went to the Houston Rockets. Is it going to take another championship? Maybe, it's at this point, he would be the leader of the Rockets, right? Considering he's on there, I would say he's definitely the leader of the Rockets right now. What's it going to take to put him over the hump and make him in your top 10, Greg?
He's already in my
Yeah,
top 10. Like, you can't stop him. He's in my top 10. Offensively, and he's a basketball head. Like, he just wants to play basketball.
yeah.
If he had a little bit of that other stuff, right now he's going to a young team. They're going to lean on him to lead a little bit now. You know what I mean? He's going to have to lead a little bit. But if he wins another chip, he goes in the top 5 because you can't stop him.
You cannot.
He
He's He's the one of the greatest offensive weapons ever.
Do
Like
you put him above Steph Curry?
on offense,
All
yes.
time, as an all-time great, do you put him above Steph Curry,
Oh,
who's
as an all-time
arguably
great overall, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, no, because Steph changed the game. You have to give him that.
it really just shows how many great players there have been in basketball history. Like this is the
Right.
debate is only going to get harder and harder as time goes on.
Like you said, the Joker's gonna be there too, man. He's doing stuff that ain't nobody ever did. He's
Yeah,
getting 25 and 25 every night. You know what I mean? And 10 assists. So you're gonna have to create some room for him too. You,
Definitely. And I
you know what I
wonder where
mean?
he's going to, because we look at all these great centers in the top 10. There's, I don't know, I'm not that resourceful to figure it out right in front of me, but yeah, there's a lot of guys in that top 10 that are big men. And I believe Jokic came up to 17 on this list. But when the deck settles, we'll
yeah.
see
When
where
it's
the
at the end
cards
of the
fall.
day, I think Jokic he probably is gonna be up there.
So we do have to wrap things up, but Digital Underground and Money B are still out there performing, and there's new music. So Money B, where can we direct the listeners of our show to hear more Money B?
Well, I do have a new YouTube channel, Money B DUTV on YouTube, where I'm going to be, obviously all of the music will be there, but you'll see footage of our current shows, our past shows, just interviews, everything, anything Money B and Digital Underground related, you'll find it at Money B DUTV. But as far as the new music, um, you can go to on Spotify, look up Money B. You can well anywhere that you find streaming, just look up Money B or Digital Underground. It'll be there.
We'll,
But as far as information, follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and that's at MoneyB69.
we'll make it easy and get your minds out the gutter. I'm sure that's the year he was born.
That was the
So
year. Right.
see that? Now, everybody stick around because there's more great programming. Of course, you can follow Greg Vaughn at GregVaughn23 on Instagram, and he's got a great podcast, Life After Sports 23, which you can check out on YouTube. Any last words for the listeners, Mr. Vaughn?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure though, man. I'm a big Digital Underground fan, man. I appreciate you. And I like the little controversy in the players. I was born in the '60s too, so that's what's up, man. Good luck to you guys.
Everybody, have a
Yeah.
wonderful week.
Yep. It's all good. And like I said, everybody can have their list. It's fine.
Let us know
Yeah.
But
what you
Kobe
think,
is in the
folks.
top 10.
Let us know if you think
Kobe's
Kobe's in
in
the
the
top
top
10. If you
10.
disagree with us, let Money B know online. Go to What's Going On Sports for all things What's
And
Going
and
On.
this is coming from not as recent, but a lifelong Laker hater. Kobe's in the top 10.
We didn't even
No
talk
bias
about
attached.
LeBron. No one talked about LeBron.
Huh?
No one talked about
Well, he's
LeBron
my
on that
number
list.
one. LeBron is the greatest player ever.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So we all agree that LeBron has surpassed Jordan. It's a controversial way to end the show.
Oh, LeBron is number 2 on that list?
He's number 2 on that list.
Who's better than LeBron?
Jordan.
No way.
Unfortunately, it's all the time we've got, but we're going to leave it up to you, the listeners, to decide what's going on sports. Greg Vaughn 23, and of course, Money B 69. We'll be back soon, and that's 1 week from right now. So don't go nowhere, folks. Enjoy this great lineup coming your way. Later,
All
folks.
right. Thank you
Peace.
guys.
All right.